Santa and I feel alright. It's the original South Park from like '99. Alright. I'm not going to mute my phone in case Pasta wants to message me and say hello. Because this is a special Z Cooks. I haven't filmed Z Cooks in weeks. Months, maybe. Because I do my live streams and I usually just cook on those because I do have an onion. I do have an onion. Oh, that's a game changer now. Come with me. Anyway, if Pasta was nice enough to release the drunk unboxing of the new Instapot, and this is an 8-quart, which I'll give you, we will compare it to my other one because nothing's wrong with my old Instapot, my 11-pound Instapot. The problem with my old 11-pound Instapot is when I'm using it, I can't use it to make rice for the thing I'm using it for. These are things that this new Instapot came with. That's, oh, my sink's messy. I was about to do prep. Here's the thing, I haven't done a Z Cooks in so long. I was starting to prep things. That's not how Z Cooks works. Z Cooks is like, you're hungry, make something, and then you're just thrown into this. So this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make rice in this dish. And yes, that is just permanently stained. Oh. Boom. 8-quart. Higher level. Smarter. Faster. I'm getting a feeling though that I'm gonna miss these just buttons like poultry. Just hit a button that says poultry and then it makes poultry. Whereas this one I haven't plugged in yet. I haven't washed the inside either. And in honor of Pasta, who is this Instapot's mother, and I am its father. So this is our child. We've already discussed it on the drunk unboxing. I thought that I would do something inside of it that sort of like combined her love of vegetarianism and my love of non-vegetarianism. So pork chops, right? That seems fair and balanced, right? She could enjoy this. Not letting the kid be a vegetarian. It's gonna eat meat. Anyway, I also have. I'm an idiot. I threw these literally in the garbage, then got them out. I'm not lying about that. I was like, but I just changed the bag, and there was only like a clean thing. So I have some leftover mushrooms, which I was like, okay, these are too many pork chops, by the way. We're going to vacuum seal. I'm alone. I'll probably vacuum seal 3 and we'll cook 3. And I'm pretty sure 3 it's gonna be all that we could fit in here. So that's step 1. Now it's gonna be fun today because I'm gonna run 2 Instant Pots. And I just looked at this handy dandy little chart and the 6 quart is 1,000 watts. And this is 1,200 watts. Look how new it is. This is how new this is. So this is going to be a test of both my knowledge of how my kitchen is wired and power consumption. This meal is going to be expansive. I don't need to plug that in yet. Plug this in now. Wow, my stomach just made a sound. Booyaka shaka laka daka. So really, what we're saying here is Z needs a bigger kitchen. I've always wanted 2, and I was just going to get one of the exact same one. But then I'm like, wait, I'll get a bigger one because whenever I make stew, and I always make like stew for like 3 days, it comes to like the very top of this and it starts clogging this up and it's a mess and it's like I can't start. So if I make the same amount of stew I'm making that and this, I'll have it like that'll be it. Max fill done. We are the youth of the nation. Let's turn you on first. Are you sealed? You are. You are. So there's the line. We're gonna fit 3 of these, probably not. I might be able to get them. These are bone in, by the way, and about 2.5 inches thick. These are insanely big ones, and I bought them specifically because I'm like, I'm gonna sous vide them. But everyone loves the Instapot, even though I posted the drunk unboxing clip that was taken on Twitch and put that on our Instant Pot, and it was downvoted to oblivion. So fuck them. Fuck you guys. What'd you do that for? It was love in that clip. Love. I'm gonna get porky hands now. I'm gonna. Oh, fucking Z Cooks, just do it. Let's just do it. Z Cooks. It's been so long, I have to remind myself of my own brand. These are ridiculously thick. Who thought this was a good idea? Who at Costco? Because these are Costco. Who was like, you know what? Yeah, Jim, just cut them like, I don't know, three pork chops for that entire loin. These seem to be this. Ah, the bone is so sharp too. Oh. So what she said. Oh Jesus. The bone is so sharp, and I probably shouldn't slam the bag around since it has to hold vacuum. You watch that cooking channel where the guy washes his hands all the time? Well, yeah, he's touching raw meat. What do you want? Suck it. Suck it. So we're gonna make rice in this one, and I think that circuit is separate from that circuit, which is combined with this circuit. So this should be a circuit here for the refrigerator, projector, garbage disposal, and then across the way, the same circuit for the microwave and anything I do over there, which is why I have the extension. And then you, toaster oven. See, I've definitely used my thing with the toaster oven, so I think this will be fine if I power you here. Also, well, you might not know, yes, the stove is obviously electric and on its own circuit, but I can't run all of it at the same time or it blows that. If I run more than 3 burners and the oven, she blows. This range hood, which just has some LED light bulbs in it and a little fan, is on its own dedicated 20 amp circuit. Did you know that? Well, now you know that. Why? Vacuums suck. Now, I should probably... Honestly, this is probably the most... It's probably the best way to freeze this or to zip this is where they're standing up, because on the sides is where it's real sharp. So we're just gonna pop this in here and you just go boom. Sucking like a pro, sucking like your mom. Ha ha! Your mom 4000. Okay, seal. If it just feels like it's gonna really struggle and it's just gonna break, just hit the seal button. Yep, you're sealing. You're still sealing. Nice. I have a feeling after I have these giant massive pork chops, I'm not going to want any other giant massive pork chops for at least 3 days. So let's freeze those. Now these are going to stay out. And the way I usually do things is I wing it. But since I've never instant potted pork chops before, I did a little bit of research. And by that I means I went to fucking Google and I typed in instant pot pork chops. And then I started reading recipes. Less ingredients and more about procedure. And when the procedures line up, that's what I know something has to be done like that. So what I've gathered from reading about instant pot pork chops, smothered pork chops, instant pot pork chops with gravy, and finally instant pot apple cider pork chop recipe is here is the procedure for pork. Touch the cat. She needs it. Needs. You sear the pork chops first. Get them in there. One guy was like with butter, one guy was with olive oil, whatever. We're gonna drop them in this, which has to be at least rinsed out. It's from the factory. This has got some factory, you know, things on it. Probably cleanest it's ever been. In the comments below, please tell me, do you think that something that's like brand new manufactured might be cleaner than even if you wash it with soap and water? I have a feeling like what I'm doing now is just making it dirtier. It can't possibly have been cleaner than it just was, because I've cleaned things before, and they're never cleaner than when they first open them up. Using lots of paper towels today. Sorry, pasta. I just want to get this nice and nice. Since it will be frying in this, you don't want any moisture on the outside either. Way too many reflections. I shouldn't even have bought this thing. We're done with the pressure cooker? With the... Oh man, I just called that a pressure cooker. I'm in a perfect state of after a nap. I'm just ready to go. Give me the keys to the launch options, Mr. President. Different plug on this one, full grounded. Probably because of the higher load. Giggity. 1200 watts, sure enough. So the procedure, oh, it's so beautiful. You're beautiful, I love you. Oh, I don't know what you're doing. Multigrain cake. I could make a cake. Sterilize? Oh, I've always wanted to sterilize pork chops. Ultra! That isn't even a setting. No one says ultra in cooking. Slow cook, steam, meat stew. All right. Procedure is as follows. That's gonna take 20 minutes. We should probably get the rice set up first because the rice can just be done while we do this. Procedure for the pork. Saute. Get nice brown, 3 minutes aside, leave it in there. Pull them out, deglaze with something. I have vegetable broth that Pasta used last time she was here. My long-standing favorites of Basmati and Jasmine. Just go with me, boys. With me. That's the best way to make rice, boys. In the fucking Instant Pot. So, where was I? Hold on, I'm trying to remember words. Words that we can live by. Yes. So, sear, pull them out, deglaze. You could then make an onion. You could do an onion if you want to do onion sauce. One of the ingredients a person added was a can of cream of chicken soup. Yeah. Cream of chicken soup, which I think I have. I might have a family size one, which would be too much. When there's no tomatoes here, I'm going to put my eye right into that hook and then go, ah! I have a family size. So it's probably not best if I do that one. Then the other one was just like basically butter sauce. Like a butter sauce, like a sauce, like just fucking sauce. And then once you've got the sauce done up, you either drop them straight back in, or the Instapot, this expensive one, comes with one of these, which drops in here, which will hold said items up above the bottom, and you finish like that. I might do that just to use this thing. We've got an onion, though. We've got an onion. Zeos, how do you make your rice? As Pasta was asking, Pasta, you watching? Because I'll link this video to her as soon as it's uploaded. She's earned that, right? I fill with as much rice as I think is necessary, which is a complete guess. Then I shove it under the water, filtered always, because literally you're about to eat water in solid form. And you sort of guess, there. Is the water 3 times higher than the rice was? A little bit more. That's it. That's how I do. Now I always salt. Now Pasta doesn't salt anything, because she has she drinks her coffee black and her tea without any sweeteners. So we're going to ignore her taste buds for a second. Add some non-iodized salt. She's like, why do you have so much salt in your kitchen? I'm like, bitch, I got 4 salts. Standard iodized salt. I boil water with this for pasta. Not for her, the person, for the item macaroni. I think it tastes saltier but using less. That's the only reason I use iodized salt. If you don't want to taste the iodine, you use the non-iodized salt. So anything like this. Keep in mind, everything you put in this is going in the rice. So it's not like when you boil a pot of pasta. When you boil macaroni, I'm gonna have to use it. Now I have a human in my life named Pasta. When you boil macaroni and you salt the water, and I pour a shit ton in there, you pour most of that water out down the drain. It goes away. Now a percentage of that water gets absorbed, so a percentage of the salt gets absorbed. But with rice, what you add to that, that's what you're eating. We're gonna hit rice. We're gonna add some butter too. Just a smidgen, just to keep it, I was gonna say kosher, but this is in no way a kosher meal. Beep beep. This will just float on top and keep everything from getting real sticky. I don't know, my mother always added butter, I add butter. That's how fucking families are built. And recipes carry on. Wait. And we're set now, not to venting, but to get steam. That's gonna make rice. That'll be done way before we're done over here. Should I leave out butter? I may go back and forth. I'm fucking starving. I could use some broccoli. We're definitely searing these, so let's put this on. Saute. Start. Temperature. High, low, medium, or custom. custom. Oh my God. To the degree. How high can I go? Oh. It can go as low as 104, or as high as 338. Sweet. Pretty intuitive so far. I haven't read the instructions. I made it through there. While that heats up, we'll read instructions. Link to this Instapot in the description will help support the cooking consortium. Or, you know, your fat ass. Your fat ass, Aunt Edna. Your fat ass is going to be supported. Float valve, quick release button. Yes. Oh. Program settings, time display. Restore factory settings, global reset. Standby. Ooh. Anytime your cooking device has a global reset, you're good. Oh my God, so many checkboxes. So you can do pressure cook. Does not have pressure. No. What? No pressure. Oh. There's an option to have no pressure. So like saute, you don't need the lid on. Warm, you don't need the lid on. Cake, apparently you don't need the lid on. How do you make a fucking cake in this? There's a recipe book. I promise you, at some point I will make a cake in our Instant Pot and pasta will sit on it. Pasta the person, not pasta the thing. It's the 4th edition. Is there a cake? Where's the cake? Rice, refried beans, roasted baby potatoes. How do you you can't roast baby potatoes in an Instant Pot. There's no roast feature. Cook 11. Oh, let me back to the procedure I've been trying to tell you about for 4 hours now. Put them in there. High pressure, 10 minutes. Then that's it. Set specifically 10 minutes of high pressure after the saute, no matter how thick they are. And then when it beeps, let it shut off and go to warm. 10 more minutes, letting it naturally. That's one of the things. This is why you read multiple recipes. Because one guy said it, and it was like, but then another guy, then all 4 of them were like, this is how you make the meat tender. You don't release the pressure. You let it come down slowly. It'll literally leak out of the whole unit. Just as soon as the temperature goes down, it's just not going to be building pressure. It's going to go. So 10 minutes of, it's going to build up pressure, cook for 10 minutes, then you're going to shut it off or let it go to warm, and it's going to lower itself to 10 minutes. For at least 10 minutes, it's going to lose its pressure, and that's going to maintain all of the cell walls. This is way too much information. Way too much information. I mean, I love it. Oh, someone has a drippy drip thing here that I've installed. Choopers. I want to put you. This is a big enough Instapot to put the cat in. She was just sleeping in that little box. She could totally sleep in my little Instapot. That'd be the worst way to go, baby. I don't even want to think about it. Is that what people who have pot-bellied pigs are thinking about, that pile of pork chops I have there? None of your pot-bellied pigs are that delicious, I promise you. So rice is on. Preheating. Oh. So it says preheating and it's actually building up. The actual graph is going up as it goes to show me the level of preheat. Oh, it's getting warm in there. And right now it says temperature is medium. So it's going to go, it's going to say, I wish it would tell me in degrees what it is. That might be a little bit too anal. It should say hot when it's ready to go. How to use the lid. It's the same as my other Instapot. I don't have to. Always add at least 2 cups of liquid minimum for any minimum liquid requirements. See, that's actually important to know. They don't want you running out of liquid or not having enough liquid to build a head of steam. So you need to add at least 2 cups. So anything I do add, I have to add 2 cups. Shit, am I gonna have 2 cups of this broth? Yes. Vegetable broth, low sodium. What else did I buy? Just put an ear of corn in there. You know, I'm an idiot, and this is a Z Cooks, and I love me some corn. Those things combined could be delicious. They could be terrible. Okay, okay, all right. Zeos isn't afraid to fail. That's why he does so well on the internet. He's not afraid to fail. Okay. We're gonna put 1 ear of corn. Well, I'm gonna put this one. You're not the greatest looking ear of corn. You're not the saddest looking ear of corn. She'll be perfect. No one will weep at his loss. Or my loss. Can I get all these in a Ziploc bag? If you leave them exposed, the kernels just start to melt like that. By the way, these are Costco ears of corn. You're like, Zeos, why don't you get them unhusked? You fuck. And there's, you know, feel them yourself. Like, A, no. And B, for some reason, these are the sweetest corn I've ever had. And I've had them, and I ran out and I bought them someplace else because I just wanted more corn. And I was like, no, it's not the same. So, this is going to be a long one. Usually I would feel like pausing at some point. Not today, thank you kindly. Garbage. Garbage. That's building pressure, listen. Never put your head over the Instant Pot also. It's something it says, but I know there's no pressure yet. It's going to close that little valve though. Do it. Yeah. You got this. You got this. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Push harder, you fuck. And there it is. Now it's building pressure. Hot. It says hot. I'm gonna put this on high. Because it said temperature medium. I don't know why. Oh, I have to start. I didn't hit start. So it's only on medium. Although it does say cooking. I will assume this is hot enough. I should season this while we're at it. Because this is where you're going to get... We're going to build all the flavors that we deposit on the floor of this thing here. My absolute favorites. Actually, you know what? How... Because if this sucks, it's going to be my sister's fault. I mean, we all agree that most things are my sister's fault. You know, M Cooks, my sister. Not the girl who's here unboxing things. We have Mike Place Market Blend. Some Like It Hot. Oh my god, that is so... It's just so... My sister got these for me, and they're just... Make sure they're loose. What a blend. These are expensive apparently too. They smell expensive. How's that? Okay. I should probably flip them over and season the other side. Olive oil is not the best for this. What we're doing, I'm just going to use straight up vegetable oil. Oh yeah. Oh, salt. I trust her blend to be flavorful. I don't trust it to have enough salt. Nothing could ever have enough salt. Press it down so nothing goes anywhere when I do this. I'm going to do bone to the outside, I think. Okay. Will I get all 3 of them in there? I don't know. Is it an 8-quart? Does an 8-quart pressure pot weigh 15 pounds? You bet your ass it does. Okay. Salting the bottom. Adding Pike Place Market Blend, Some Like It Hot from AdlersSmoke.com. Get out of... It like just quit on me. There you go. Some big flakes in here. I was told to do 6 minutes aside. Do we have a countdown on this? Nope. I'm setting that for 5 minutes because it's definitely been in there for a minute. And when that ends, I'll rotate, start it again, and then they'll definitely have been in there a minute. Right, I'm putting my old standbys back. This is 2018 year change. I shouldn't need any more salt in this endeavor. I shouldn't need any more oil in this endeavor. Do I want to cut up this onion to make a sauce? We got time. Let's do it. Here's my onion cutting board, i.e. my smallest cutting board, i.e. a Cutco, made in USA. This was my roommate's, you know. He left it here because I use it so much. He's like, dude, I see you licking that thing. Nah, done. Dead to me, can opener. Straight in half. Mm-hmm. 7 minutes up in the rice. Once that pressure valve closes, it takes about a minute for the pot to recognize that it's actually got pressure, and then it'll give you the countdown. So it's going to be the same thing when we do this. And 10 minutes, by the way, will be the shortest pressure cook I've ever done on an Instapot. So it's going to be interesting to see. Say, well, fuck you. Eat my ass. It will be interesting to see. Here's the one that actually inspired me. Yeah, my 6-year-old loves... Look at the onions in that. Oh my god. Pork chops. About 1 inch thick. I may have to set my timer for 12 minutes. Maybe for 12 minutes. This one wants to do flour, kosher salt, half a tablespoon of unsalted butter, 2 large yellow onions. I got 1 small yellow onion. And this one, all this one's putting sour cream in it too. Oh yeah. There's a lot of inspiring things, but I'm not doing that recipe in total. Listen to the pork die a second time. That's what we're here to do, everybody. We're here for some pork therapy. Pork fiction. Wait, copyright infringement. I'm gonna go with like chopped onions. So basically deglaze this with the, I'll saute the onions in what's in there, and then I'll deglaze the onions and this simultaneously. Who doesn't like an onion with their thing? Oh, well, pasta wouldn't. The person, again, not the food. Might have been a bad choice, having a friend named Cheese, a friend named Pasta. What time we at? Minute and a half left. I'm not worried about, like, usually if I'm searing something, I get worried that, oh man, I shouldn't sear it this much because it's gonna start cooking into the middle. Nothing's cooking into the middle of these. They're that thick. Hot thick. Mushrooms are like a last add. I'm gonna put a stupid piece of corn on top. And now to thicken it up, some guy was like, add sour cream, and I'm like, that's amazing. That's amazing. They said they were gonna flour, they were gonna do the pork chops in flour first, which I obviously didn't do. Because we're just combining all the recipes to be the easiest. I wanna know how these goddamn apple cider vinegar, how much of that? 6 large roasted potatoes. Wait, is this for that same ingredient? 2 cups of carrots. See, this is what I thought I was going to go out shopping again because I didn't buy carrots. I bought some little... Hi. Hi. You smell pork? I smell pork. 1.5 pounds bone-in center cut. 3 bone-in center cut pork chops, salt, pepper, canola oil. Have 1.5 cups of apple cider. Oh man, you know what? I want to drink some apple cider. I just want to drink it. I don't even want to have like apple cider and pork chop vinegar things. If you join the cooking consortium, the Patreon specifically for the people, you get these pictures and stuff and discussions with another let's see, there's 32 members and there's 3 cooks that are in there. So 29 people who care about us enough to come in, and my sister will send you a goddamn Christmas card because she's insane. Wow, that's perfect. Just shove it down there. Ah. So those are gonna get done. So 5 more minutes. Pulled out. Onion in. Saute. I could do the onion with the butter. I'll have to lower it from hot. I don't want to burn the butter though. Oh my god. My rice will be done in 2 minutes. This meal is going to be complete. It's going to be pork with sauce and rice. 2 Instant Pot. Oh, I gotta get the shot of the 2 Instant Pots. It's not good enough that they see 1 Instant Pot. They gotta see, like, you gotta get that zoom. I'll teach you how to do this. You gotta get the zoom with his, like, Instant Pot discounts. My sister will be jelly. That was her gift to me. My moving in gift was this Instant Pot. And I've used it. I've been here for 3 years. I've had this for 3 years. It looks like I've had it for 3 years. And it works perfect. And it makes the best rice. And it makes the best stew. But the best thing to do with stew, I'll switch to another thing while we're talking. Make the stew for Thursday, Wednesday. Just get it in here, turn this on. It's going to finish stew in 45 minutes because it's a pressure cooker. And then it's going to go into low mode. Just leave it there. It'll have 10 hours. If you do it early enough, you want it to shut off. You want to literally make it in the morning because you want, whatever, an hour and a half your cooking time and prepping time. It's going to cook instantly, because that's why it's an Instant Pot. And then you want it to sit on warm for 10 hours. Warm is hot enough to not have bacteria. It's like 145. Just going to sit there. Just sit there. Then, when the warm runs out, you want to get it cooled at least to room temperature, so you need another 3 or 4 hours. So, doing the math on this, you need like 16-hour day to not eat it that day. Not a lot of work involved, just a lot of waiting. Beef stew, set it up, cook. An hour, it's done. An hour and a half, maybe maximum. You could eat it at that point. Don't. Let it sit there. Then take it out of the Instant Pot. If you have to let it sit for 8 hours instead of 10 or 7 hours, whatever. Get it out. Let it cool to room temperature. Stick it in the fridge. The next night, 2 hours before, an hour before, pull it out of the fridge. Rice is done, by the way. Pull it out of the fridge. Put it back in the Instant Pot. Set it to saute or warm or whatever you want. However fast you need to get it back up to temperature. You set it back to warm, it'll just sit there and it'll come back up, and it's just been sitting overnight, and oh my fucking god. She's like, my baby! My baby! Bitch, our baby. Bitch, our baby. How are we doing on this? 2 minutes. Oh, we're gonna have some nice spices. Do I have my wooden spatula clean? Yes. Nothing deglazes better than a wooden spatula. You can just see there how little has been cooked down to like the raw meat. That's perfect. That's what I want. Because if a pork chop's thin enough, this is all you need. 6 minutes one side, 6 minutes the other side. You eat your pork chop. These are monster pork chops. You can't. You'd have to bake them. You'd have to do this, take them out, and bake them for at least 20 to 30 minutes, maybe more, to get like an overarching heat into it. Is that thing, this rack, going to work? I should rinse this rack off if I'm using it. Yeah, your dirty rack. Whatever you're called. At least 2 recipes called for this. So, even though I'm looking at 4 recipes, 2 recipes called for that, I'm taking it, I'm using it. I suggest everyone put on music, by the way, when they're watching a cooking video like this, or even my reviews. Just find a soundtrack you like, not a lot of lyrics, something a little more, instrumental. It could be fucking techno, it could be Deadmau5, I don't care. But then just put it down to like 12% volume. So it's like... while I'm doing this. Or else you're just sitting here in silence, which is weird. Isn't that weird? It's weird. When we get to 35 seconds left, I'm going to set this click to low saute. Because this is going to take a minute to cool down. That's got another 20 seconds. I'm going to get a plate. Look at these paper towels that were not used for anything really disgusting. I know what I'll do with them. I'll put them in the bag. Forgot your name for a second. Pumpernickel! It's Pumpernickel! He will be here till pasta returns, and then she could smush him. Pasta may not be a normal girl, but at least she's got some normalcy about her. Like, I knew she'd love that. I took a picture and she's like, oh my god, I want to name him. He's super cute. He's Pumpernickel. Yeah, not cooked. And she didn't realize I bought it till I had a video of it being thrown in the back of my car. Like that one time. Oh, that's heavy. Jesus. This might be the most weighty pork chop event of my life. Okay. Beautiful. You seeing that? We're not getting rid of that yet. I'm going to toss some onions in that. And you can hear the sizzle sort of calm down a bit. We are definitely on the road to like, Now I could add butter right to this, which I'm going to do. I just want to make sure that we're cool enough. I do not want to put, as soon as you burn butter, you ruined it. Whatever you put butter in and the butter, oh, it's too hot, you burned it, it's over. So there's not a lot of mass to these pots. That's the one thing I noticed about the $1,000 rice cookers they were selling in Japanese department stores. The bowls were literally stone. Like inch thick stone. Like, oh, I took out this pot. It's a pot. No. Motherfucking stone. Like 18 pounds for the bowl that sat in there that you cooked your rice in. If I lived in Japan, I would have... If the cooking consortium succeeds higher than it has, and it probably will once I release a video on my big channel, and I can promote it better. Did I just get onion in my eye? I'm going to ignore the fact that liquids just hit me in the face. Actually, we're getting a decent saute without like any... Look at it. These are sweating beautifully. With no liquefaction at all. Liquefaction. I'm kind of tempted. Let me go back to the recipe. Where's the one with butter? Were you the one with butter? I want the one with butter. It's my real dad. This is it. Okay. I wish the font would be bigger. Sauteing the things. I did that. Deglaze. Quarter cup of beef broth. I'm using vegetable. Wooden spoon. You don't want to burn it. Okay, what did he add? 10 minutes. Okay, this is one that added the soup. This one adding soup. So I'm gonna go. Alright, let's deglaze. And you deglaze very little. You can see we're cleaning off that bottom of that. We want to scrape all these bits off. So get it. Get enough liquid on there. It's cooled off quite a bit. And I can probably put it back up now. Press. Click. High. Start. Oh yeah. It's always the start button. Gotta remember the start button. See all these bits? Oh, they come right off. They come right off. That's what carries the flavor. Bottom is basically clean now. Right. Did everything come off of this? Alright, so this is our only liquid. And it should be beef, but it's vegetable because Princess Pasta is here in spirit. And besides, there's only onions in this, so it makes perfect sense. Organic, too. I wonder how much she paid extra for that. Okay, let's add our mushrooms. Our trash mushrooms, like a trash panda. And now... I have butter out, and I just want to add butter, so we're just going to add some butter to this because I don't have a reason not to add butter to everything. There you go. Put your heart, Zeos. I'm putting my heart into this, 100%. Thickeners. Sour cream was later, but I don't think we need to do sour cream because I have another thickening agent that our pasta hates. Okay, clear off. Now we're going to pick meat and stew. Pressure high, keep warm on, delay off. Time 10 minutes. Oh god, an hour. Oh, what's the goal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna do 13 minutes because keep warmers on, pressure high, 13 minutes. These are monstrous, fucking monstrous. Just below the liquid. Can I touch them? They're actually touchable. Like the Untouchables, but they're touchable. Oh my god, they're gonna be so good. I can tell from just touching them. And then this is, do not jump that anywhere but right there. Fucking get off my channel. If I could make some sort of cologne out of this, men would wear it. And women would love it. Again, except for pasta. Unless she did, and she's like, why do you taste so good? And I'm like, ode to Piggy. All right, now you can. I don't know if I'm gonna set it off. So this had mostly cooked pork on it, but really it was like uncooked pork, so we're just gonna remove that from this equation. And now, because I'm an idiot, never, ever, ever underestimate how stupid Zeos Pantera can be. Fuck off, fucking corn bastard. I'm just gonna lay him across the top. Okay. Godspeed, my child. I should take a picture of that. Again, consortium. I'll take the corn out so it doesn't look like I'm a complete idiot. I'm going to type in my password now. And then I'm gonna... Having wet hands really makes the world worse. Just completely worse. A little bit of zoom action on that. Yeah, okay. I break it the first time. Now, press to vent, turn to stop. So that's venting. That's not venting. This is not... This is part of the equation. It's not part of the equation on this one. That button is part of the equation, or the only equation. I'm gonna get you off of the... You're not supposed to move this also when it's going. Is it already sealed? It can't be. Oh no, that one just... See, that one pops up. This one just seems to be sitting there. Okay, meat stew on high, keep warm, preheating. I'm ready to pause. We check them. I guess we could check the rice. And when you lift this up, it's going to drip water, so make sure it drips back into that. Oh yeah. Perfect, fluffy. Just buttery, salty. I could just eat this rice. But not enough things died for me to enjoy it. So if you keep it covered, pushing down, you can keep it on warm. If you don't want to keep it covered, shut the warming feature off. It'll dry out the bottom of the rice. I don't know how long this is going to take. We'll come back. It's 8:36 on that clock. So, or 20:36 if you're awesome. I hear it clicking, I hear it doing things. High pressure, it's gonna... Alright, we'll come back. Probably when the 10-minute cycle's over, we'll just calculate from there. 8:37 on the dot. Juno reactor tubers. Anyway, the Instant Pot just beeped saying that the cooking, 13 minutes of cooking is over. It is 8:56. This has been on keep warm for 30 minutes. Bring. And the ultra setting apparently is just free for all mode. It literally unlocks everything. You can cook up to 100 hours, 99 hours and 50 minutes. With pressure, without pressure, on any temperature, with a delay on, off, warm, and set, just all of it. Unlock all the things. Then there's rice is automatic. I did the rice, and then yogurt, and then what's cake do? Cake is high pressure or low pressure for up to 4 hours. What cake? Fuck. So yeah, that's what I figured out so far. Also, apparently there's an altitude function where I could set the altitude because the pressure differences at sea level are different than the pressure differences in like Denver. So I can hit the button to release the pressure. Not doing it. Actually, it's interesting. That sticks up past. Again, this is pressurized now. Do not want to put your head over it. In case it fails, just remove your sternum, which is your chest. That'll be all that's left. So 2 minutes. It's been off, and I'm gonna give it till 10. So back to Juno reactor. I got sort of engrossed, and it's been 18 minutes on just nothingness. So instead of the 10-minute rest, I gave it 18. So we're gonna hit this button. Oh, that's what that does. It literally just tilts side over. Very little pressure left. It's been sitting there just naturally losing it. So this should be it. This is the moment of truth, right? Right? We're fucking ready? I'm alone here. It's just me and Pumpernickel. Put that in the sink. So much stuff in the sink. It's already dirty. I've used it nonce. This is not even one time. Keeping things clean in my kitchen is horrible. Take the lid. That's wet. I usually just put it in the drain board, since it's that's fine. That perfect. 100%. RickandMorty.com. I use this to move not completely cooked pork chops. I guess the easiest test will be see how this fucking corn came out. And I always butter. Some people don't butter their corn, and I'm just like, you know what? Nah, I'll use the open stick. Although I usually use the expensive French stuff. The Butter Battlist winningest butter, which by the way magically appeared in my town at a little shop for $6 a bar, which is what it is when I go home to New York. So let's see. There's a tag in this pants that are just stabbing my ass. Give me a second. Real life problems here on Z Cooks. Oh, it's hot. That's hot. Well, the corn's cooked. Yeah, we'll use a slightly larger cutting board, which I will set up on this surface. That's the extended leaf. I don't want to cut down on that. I can, but I'm not going to. Give me a pork chop. Or give me death. I forget who said that. Some French poet, I'm sure. We should not need to let this rest, because it's had the cool down. I am going to cancel the keep warm phase. Just let it sit there. We gotta give this a slice though. Oh, it's so warm. Oh, it's perfectly cooked, I'll tell you that much. I may not even have needed that 13 minutes with the rundown. It's so soft. It's just like soft. How do you like your pork chops? Soft. And I would do this with applesauce. I have to find applesauce on the shelf. Alright, one without anything. Now, one with this. Interesting. A little dry. Sous vide would have done a better job, but I did do 3 minutes more, and then 7 minutes more on low pressure. I'm gonna remove the other two. Stay up for a second. They're so thick they'll just stand up on their ends. Just point that out. Now this shouldn't be that hot. Some needs to be cleaned. And now, like I said before, I was going to thicken that with Pasta's favorite, instant mashed potatoes. Oh, there's some broccoli on this. This is terrible. And you can put in the dry powder, but since I have a ready-made mashed potato, I'm just going to... We're going to thicken this up nice. Keep in mind, we do have rice that this is going over, but you want it to be a gravy and not like pure liquid. So just get this. I'm doing all of it. Might be too much. I don't know. Sue me. Sue me! I love shitty instant mashed potatoes. I could taste the, that. Look at it dilute. This is a perfect amount of liquid, I'll tell you that much. I wonder if holding it up over the liquid did bad things when it should have done good things. What I'll probably do is I'll end up cutting all the meat off the bones. So you've got onions, and well, mushrooms are already cooked. Perfect. Now that's the consistency I want for my gravy. Just enough to sort of like drizzle off. Let's check my rice. Rice has been done for almost an hour. 54 minutes. Let's get my biggest bowl. Stolen from the house I stayed at in Paraguay with pasta. Look at it, it's perfect. I had to put my leftovers in something. So first things first, rice. I'm probably leaving the lid off of this, so I'm shutting off the keep warm function. And now, I think one of these, non-slotted spoon. Yeah. Oh yeah. Get it up in there, bro. Put that gravy between the... where's that piece of pork that I already put in there? Plenty of this. And now, slice up the rest of this pork. Let's cut one of the other ones just to see how they came out. Let's remove this bone first. Hold on. That's... Okay, that's done. When you could just peel the bone out of a pork chop. It's like, hold on, I just need to do it. Oh yeah. Oh, mother of God. Sorry that you have to witness this. I mean, you're all happy. Someone's gonna watch this and go, ugh! Oh, it's so hot. Oh, that. Oh, that. I'm going double dipping. Oh, there's no leaving that for other people. That's mine. Okay. I'm gonna call these a success. I would actually... I went longer because of the thickness. Giggity. Zeus knows a thing or two about thickness. Ow. I'm gonna slice them a little thicker. I mean, that's... Look at that. When you could squeeze it and you get moisture that drips out of it. It's not quite sous vide levels. Our sous vide and our Instant Pot should have a fight. God damn, this is hot. Put that in there. Really decorative. Ah, ha, ha. Surprise pieces. Ow. It's fine. It's fine. I hit my leg on that all the time. I love it. It's my favorite thing. Let's get some of that rice in here. Perfect rice, perfect sauce. First try pork chops. Let's go. Would I add anything to the top of this? Like a mango chutney. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just excited. Good. Perfect. All right. This has been Zeos eating. Of course, that's what a Z Cooks is all about. Pressure cooked corn. That could be the future. I'm going to shovel this down. And then I'm going to shovel this down. Goodbye, everyone. Stop. I want to eat.